Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessie Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
It's a bear moose on the front here.
I know, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
A grizzly moose, get it? Goose.
Oh, yeah. Deaf
Hopefully
beer.
it's good.
That's what the deaf man says. Oh, wait, that's a Kool-Aid man. Damn it. I think the deaf man does.
Wait, what am I drinking?
Cherry? I believe it's pronounced ghost.
Beer with natural flavor added. That really tells me a lot of stuff here. That's the thing, like, wine will tell you all about it. Beers are like, this is a beer.
It'll get you drunk.
Well, wine doesn't even tell you all about it. It also tells you, like, way more shit than you need to know. Like, I was reading one the other night, and it's like, it said something about toast in it. I'm like, oh my god.
Tells you the name of the guy that picked one of the grapes that's in there.
So it's like got a slightly burnt flavor, because toast could be all different kinds of flavor. Yeah. Like sourdough toast tastes different than wheat toast.
Oh god,
tastes different than rye toast.
You guys,
another bread episode.
Dave's Killer Bread makes
so good.
Bagels.
Oh gosh.
Oh shit.
I just finished doing the episode that we talked about Dave's Killer Bread, and on and on and on.
We talked lots about bread. Oh yeah, that was the one where I was telling you bread was in different sizes.
Yes, and then you went on and on about
delish.
About bread. Hey, what's the French word for cheese? All right, now what's the French word for?
Because we're gonna be cheese sommeliers.
We should probably not talk too much about it for a second episode now.
Okay, I'm trying to look for the pronunciation.
For a cheese sommelier? Oh, for
fromage.
Fromage.
No, it was something about being like a fancy lieutenant or something.
Steward.
Oh yeah, steward of cheese.
So the name of the beer style, spelled G-O-S-E. Are we recording?
Yes.
Okay. Is German and is pronounced much the same way as the name Rosa, with the emphasis on the O and the E making an sound. So it sounds like Gosa.
Love it. You're so smart, Tab.
I'm sure I looked it up before. I didn't just come by that naturally. I was like, I really want to try that beer, but I don't want to sound like an asshat ordering it.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is kind of nice. Like at Woodstocks, they have their whole craft beer menu, and you can just go like, I'll have number 11. Takes a little bit of the, like,
guesswork out of it.
Yeah, the intimidation.
At that point, I just point that one.
But when you're at like a, hipster bar and the bartenders are wearing suspenders and have curly mustaches, like they're super gonna judge you if you say it wrong. It's like the difference between going to Dutch Bros and Starbucks.
I'm sorry, what?
Dutch Bros, down to earth, chill people.
Yeah, you're
Starbucks,
like, can I get that one thing
bitches.
Like, they're like, oh yay.
Snotty.
But yeah, you say small instead of tall, and they're like, do you mean tall?
Excuse me?
I'm like, do you mean a fuck you? That's what I always want.
And actually, one of the sweetest people I know worked at Starbucks.
Haley.
She's so kind.
I'm sure there are nice ones. This is a generalization we're making.
Obviously. I've never met every person from Starbucks.
Just the ones that judge you.
But they all look at me like I'm a dumb bitch when I order stuff. This is good. It's a little tart.
Yeah, I
light,
like it. I like
refreshing, a little bit cherry. And it does have a grizzly moose on the front.
And I can taste it.
Yeah.
The grizzly moose.
It's probably grizzly moose piss.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I'm getting.
I mean,
The hints of piss.
there's a that tartness to it. It's a little urine.
It doesn't.
God.
It doesn't smell very good.
I listened. Well, now I have to smell it. It smells like weird beer.
Yeah.
Smells like beer with like a hint of fruit, which, I mean, I want to say like it smells like it's like rotting a little bit. But I mean, it is fermented, so technically it is rotty.
What is the Hornen? Since 19, I'm assuming that means probably canning or something. Or
I think you're pronouncing it wrong. I think it says Ballhornen.
That's an L?
No, but Bahl I would think would be pronounced
Ball.
ball.
Oh, I thought that was a K.
No.
Ball.
Bachelhorn.
It is German, so there could be lots of syllables in there.
Since 1987. I was born that year.
Oh my god. I don't want to hear about what year y'all were born.
She was developing a spinal cord.
Okay, that's a weird way to put it.
Actually, no,
What?
she wasn't. She wasn't even a twinkle in anyone's eye. 87.
A
Your
twinkle
90s.
and what does that even mean?
I don't know, but that's what people say.
I know it's what people say, but it just sounds so like you weren't even a twinkle in your father's eye yet. Dude, no.
Well, because you know that they're saying that their
There's a bunch of
parents weren't,
men
like-
running around there going, twinkle, twinkle, I'm wishing for a baby.
Thinking about that
Yeah.
baby.
I highly doubt
Gotta
it.
get that good one. Huh? No, that's a bad one. Gotta get a good one.
I highly doubt it. I'm not to say that there aren't some men who want
Wow.
children.
Rude. What if Adam wants children?
He does.
Oh. Well, why aren't we hopping on that train?
I told Blake today, I said, one of these days we have to have a really serious conversation about children because we said 30 was too old, but like if we get pregnant now, we won't be 30. But if we wait any longer, we'll be 30.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Is 30 too old?
it's not
I
too
don't think
old.
so. Well,
I
and
just,
it's
like,
a
that
little
was
bit
kinda, like, my
different.
goal.
It's a little bit different for men.
True.
Like they don't have like time constraints on them like
Right.
women do.
We do. Not as much, but we do.
You can make babies till you're like 80.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You can have some nasty old sperm and still have a fine kid. Women, like, you're running out of eggs. You're going to hit menopause. Your eggs are getting weird.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Higher chances of birth defects. Higher chances of miscarriage. Like, it's not to freak you out, Jesse.
I know.
But, yeah. I mean, that's something I definitely have considered. And, you know, the whole thought of having more kids is like, at this point, yeah.
Now's the time. You guys get on it. Then you guys can be mothers together.
I'm already a mother, and when Jessie will be a mother, then we will be mothers together.
But at the same time, baby buddies.
Yeah, she can have a baby, and I will be her buddy.
But
And she will also be the baby's buddy.
I will be that baby's buddy.
what if one of you has a boy, the other one has a girl?
They could be in love forever and ever. That's too much pressure to
Exactly.
put on kids.
Also,
You don't tell them about it. You just secretly do it.
I mean, 9 years isn't that much of an age gap. 10 years, I mean,
Yeah.
you never
My
know.
baby girl could marry Jackson or Remy.
Yeah, somewhere way down the line. You don't know. You don't know me.
Or my little boy could marry Jackson or Remy. Let's be
That's true
honest.
too.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know.
And then me and Jesse will both have adopted grandchildren because somebody's getting grandchildren babies for me some way.
I just want to skip the children and have the
And have the
grandbabies.
grandchildren. Well, I really feel like I could potentially be not that far out from grandkids. And I mean, in the like
Pretty far out.
grand scheme of things,
Okay.
when you think of like having a baby now and then raising it for the next 20 years, or I could just like chill for 10,
And have
you know,
babies
and
that
then
you can get back.
then maybe I'll have some grandbabies that I can just be like, here you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any preferences on when and if my kids decide to have children, but I would like to see them.
It was funny. I had to talk with friends about high school buddies that were like, kind of wish we would have, had kids kind of towards the end of high school. That way we just get it done and over with.
I mean, some people go for that plan.
I mean, not during high school, but I mean like
Yeah.
the end times.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people who've had kids when they were 18, 19, 20, and yeah, it's like at this point their kids are like in high school ready to graduate, and they're like, cool, so I'm going to keep trucking and live my life. Like, and at this point now, I feel like life is way better in your 30s than it was in your 20s because you like have stuff figured out a little bit more. I mean, not necessarily like in life, but with like your relationships. You know, you don't, I'm not going to put up with the bullshit I put up with from people.
Yeah.
The friends I have in my life are people I actually want in my life. Or,
yeah, Jesse, we made the cut.
Or you gots to go. Brad, we need to talk.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah, I was telling my my boss at work like kind of about my recent friend dramas, and I'm like, this is why I don't have friends. I don't like to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm having to deal with it is making me very angry.
Yes.
Like, this is why I don't have 20 friends, because then you have to deal with this 20 times.
Or you just shit on all their gifts that they give you.
You literally shit on the gift that you gave
I
us.
didn't shit on it.
Blake wouldn't need it either.
He's like, no, man. Do you want to know what? I haven't even told Adam about it.
Why not?
You should just give them to him and say, I got these chocolates.
Oh,
Because, A, we're like always passing each other and have 5 minutes to spend together, and I don't want to
That's
spend
true.
those 5 minutes talking about Brad's asshole. And B, I'm a little concerned about how he's going to react.
I know. Well, speaking of 5 minutes to like spend with people today, literally that was what I did. I got home from work like a little bit. I left work like 15 minutes late. It wasn't crazy late, but then Blake had dinner ready. I like scarfed dinner down. I was like, thank you for cooking. Gotta go. Bye.
Peace out. So far today, I saw Adam for about 3 minutes this morning. And in the morning, I'm not a creature you want to talk to.
No, me neither.
So, I mean, I'm reluctant to call myself human. So, I just am like, it's like, have a good day. Okay, bye. You know, love ya. Peace out. Like, don't even attempt to have a conversation with me. My brain is still, like, contemplating that I have to process the day and do all the things. I can't. So.
Well, Blake leaves when I'm still asleep, so he just
Yeah. Well, and that
kisses me and say goodbye. And
oftentimes happens with Adam because he's traveling, so or like commutes, and so yeah, he'll just like have a good morning or have a good day or whatever, and like I barely even realize that he's gone.
yeah, sometimes I'll like text Blake like, thanks a lot for saying bye this morning. He's
Oh,
like,
I've totally
he's
done
like,
that.
I did.
Like,
like-
you were unconscious, not my fault. I mean, I've totally done that and been like, I can't believe you didn't even say goodbye to me. And then he's like, I did. Like, you talked to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember that. Not at all. I've got like 2 little doggies down here trying to.
Next time you should just write on you. So look at your left arm and you're like, oh, it's like, have a great day,
that
honey.
would be kind of endearing. Except I would wake up and be like, what the hell are you doing? And probably start punching. Because somebody had like something sharp on my arm.
I might not wake up. I've been having this issue lately. Okay. Right, everybody ready to hear my problems, okay?
Ready.
So I sleep on my back frequently.
Okay.
I also sleep on my sides. I rotate all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times I'm on my back.
Like 50 times a night, I switch from one thing to
I
another.
have no idea how many times.
Yeah.
But I wake up in a different spot every morning. So. But Greg likes to sleep on top of me.
Oh, okay.
So she can't just be next to me. She gotta be on me. And lately, that place has been on my knees.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that sounds kind of painful.
It's very painful.
Because, I mean, it probably pushes them a direction they're not supposed to bend.
I wake up in the morning, like, my legs have been hyperextended, like, for hours.
Oh.
Well, I don't know about hours. It
Yeah.
feels like hours. But I don't wake up when she's on them because I
Right.
sleep like a rock. And so I don't realize until I wake up and she's been there long and my knees now
And it
hurt.
hurts.
But the other morning I woke up, because usually it's just like kind of like achy, right? The other morning I woke up and I was on my side and my legs were bent. And I tried to get up. I had to go to the bathroom. I tried to get up to go and I couldn't straighten my knee. I had this insanely like sharp pain like in my knee and I couldn't straighten it. I was like going through all of the things because I'm like, my phone is across the room. I don't know how I'm going to get there.
It's
I
just
have
like frozen.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And hurt so bad.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm like, if I'm injured right now, like, what am I going to do about Special Olympics? Like, I can't tell them before I go because I'm not going to not go. So I'm about to fake this all the way to Abu Dhabi and then be like, look, I got hurt. I can't play. I was, like, thinking all the things. And then, like, I finally found a place and I, like, just, like, so slowly, like, tried to open it. It was crazy. I think it's because of my damn cat.
Okay. Solution. Knee guards. Like you wear for, like, if you're working on the floor
Okay.
or whatever. And some sweet punk spikes.
Okay.
So she goes
Spray
to lay
bottle.
down.
Ouch.
That doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Spray
Boom.
bottle.
She doesn't wake up
Yeah, no,
while
I don't
she's
know
sleeping on
she's
her
there.
legs.
Oh.
So she has to have something there that's going to make Greg go, I don't want to sleep here.
Torpedo.
Now, because Torpedo's just sleeping next to me.
Also way heavier.
When, yeah, I don't want Torpedo on me either. When Blake, now, like, the past couple days when Blake leaves in the morning and, like, I do wake up and, like, come to and realize he's saying goodbye, if I notice Greg's on, I'm like, get the cat off! Because I'm not lovely in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm like, get the damn cat off of my legs. And then so Blake will take her off. But then she just goes right back on. And then she
Oh my
either
gosh.
gets on my legs or she curls around my head.
Well, that's, just somehow put treats by your head.
Catnip in your hair.
Yeah, so it'll just stay by your head.
I gotta figure something out. That's
Maybe you can put catnip on Blake and she can sleep on Blake.
great. You would not allow that. He likes her, like,
Enough to tolerate her living in the house.
And, like, he'll let her, like, he's kind of sweet with her sometimes. But then, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, he really just would have never picked to have a cat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked to have this bitch of a cat. She used to be so nice. Her first 5 years were lovely.
Yeah.
Now the next 25 just suck ass.
That's the thing with cats, man. It's like
Last a while.
they're forever.
I'm over the cat box thing. That's really what I'm over.
Oh. You should listen to more podcasts. They're always advertising fancy cat litters on podcasts.
Oh, that's interesting.
Cat litters that, like, turn colors if your cats have a weird, like, pH balance problem, like kidney
I
function.
don't look
something.
in her cat litter that often. Like, well, I guess if I'm
Do you ever
changing
do
it.
the pellets?
Or like, no, I don't do I tried this new stuff that I kind of like. It's like, almost looks like little plasticky crystals.
Ooh.
They're not plasticky, but that's what they look like.
Right.
Or like glassy.
What's that called?
I don't remember.
Oh. Like maybe it's what I was talking about. That
I
doesn't
don't
turn
like-
colors.
I don't like scoop it enough. That's kind of my fault. I just forget. It's like in a room I don't enter.
Okay,
You know
one
what I
of the
mean?
other ones they advertise, you just stir it every once in a while, and then you only scoop it if it's poo.
Well, she poops every day, multiple times a day.
Oh,
Pretty
maybe you need to adjust her diet.
She's pooping all the time. It's so weird.
I mean, like, what a constipated cat. Like, get her some more cheese.
sure. She's already on a diet because she's too fat.
oh, she's probably won't help with that. Oh, you could get her going. She could go keto.
Oh, God.
That keto life. Now there's somebody else at work that's like all keto, and I'm like, Lord, everybody in my life needs to stop being keto.
Oh, well, have you heard the new one? This is the new craze. It's coming for you.
What?
The low FODMAP.
I don't want to know.
The thing is like, and I know like people who are like registered dietitians and stuff that like promote this stuff and everything, but when you actually read about it and look into it, it's like it's good for these certain kinds of problems and for limited times. It's not like you don't live your life like this.
Mm-hmm.
I just everybody's like, oh, you should try keto. I'm like, I can't eat cheese, so, or ice cream or whatever, you know, like it's not, I guess you're supposed to do high fat, not sugar, but I'm like, I can't really do that. And also, like, I'm not fat enough, I think, for keto. I mean, I might be getting there, but like, you need to have enough weight that you're converting your body to like make it burn that fat for energy, right? And so like I feel like you have to have like enough weight to do that.
Right. Because yeah, that's the thing that I think people are so afraid of carbs. And so like I think a low carb diet is fine for people that sit at a desk all day, don't do a bunch of like activity.
Yeah.
You don't need a whole lot of energy.
Right.
But that's what carbs is. Your body
Right.
turns that into energy. That's how you get the energy to do life.
And also if you eat complex carbs, they're good for you.
Yeah.
You need fiber. You need, you know, like it's so stupid. People are just like, no carbs. I mean, sure, like I don't know if it's the best idea to eat mashed potatoes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because it's not like
All about balance.
a lot
That's
of
what people
like,
don't understand.
yeah, it's a lot of caloric content, but not a lot of like quality fuel for your body, you know? I don't know. But I think getting cats on the keto diet might be the next new thing.
That way and just let Greg be loose out in the wild, and then she'll tell all the other cats on how cool she is.
Dude, she's been indoor now for 10 years. I can't let her out.
Screw that. Get her an Instagram.
Do it.
Wait, what is that going to solve our problems about?
What?
Oh, well, you'll put her on the keto diet, get her an Instagram. She'll get a bunch of followers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spread the word. It'll be the new fad.
She'll be like the next grumpy cat.
Yeah. Bitchy cat.
Fupa cat. She got a fupa.
Gosh. She is a fupa.
Oh my goodness.
One of the shorts I got for my trip makes me look like I got a fupa.
Well.
Oh, I saw your video.
It's cute, huh?
Adorable.
Oh, I
That's
missed it.
so
Was it on
adorable.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I'll play it at the end of this. It's very sweet.
People are always telling me like, "Oh, that's right. You never go on Facebook. Are you gonna come to my kid's birthday party?" I'm like, "Oh, sure."
People only use Facebook to invite?
Yeah, people. I get that all the time. People will be like, "Oh, I put it on Facebook," and I'm like, "I don't go on Facebook," and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I totally want you to come." I'm like, "Oh."
I'm not about Facebook only inviting.
Do you want to hear something super douche?
What?
Adam's brother Facebook only invited to his wedding. We didn't even like know it was happening because Adam had deleted his Facebook and I had deleted mine and then got back on solely for the podcast and never check it. So it wasn't even something we were like conscious of until we like heard from somebody else like, "Oh, well, we're going up to Washington, blah, blah, blah." Like, we didn't even know. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Maybe
I
a
get saving
text message?
Right. I get saving money, and
Yeah.
I've been doing that a lot. Like we'll do I'll make like a little picture or whatever, send an invite like over text. But
Your
I'm-
mom did that?
Yeah, but I'm like, Facebook only?
I did
Like,
that I made that for my dad's. He sent him
Right.
out for my
For
mom's
birthday.
birthday party.
Yeah.
I mean, at least then you know that people actually saw it. It physically went to each and every one of them. Facebook's like shotgun approach. And like, I don't know. It seems like you're going to get a high concentration of losers responding yes.
Well,
I
you can make it
invited everyone
private.
to this. And the people who spend all their time on Facebook are coming. Yay. That'll be fun.
Right.
Well, that's the kind of people you want, Dave, to like, you know, your kid's birthday party. Yeah, just bring the presents. I don't care if you're actually here.
I don't care if you're here and you sit
That's
on
not
your
what I want
phone.
my kids' parties to be like.
For the parents.
Can I give you a tip right now? Don't have birthday parties. They suck. I mean, I always have like some small thing where we have dinner and like my parents come over or whatever. Like we'll do something like that. But we've done a couple of birthday parties and there's so much work and it's so many screaming kids and it's wild. And I've given the boys the opportunity to choose what they wanted to do for their birthday for like the last 5 years. Do you want to have a birthday party or do you want to like go somewhere and do something? Because you're going to spend $500 on a stupid birthday party.
That's why you just gotta, when they get older, then they just want their friends to come over for a sleepover.
Yeah.
Order pizza, donezo. I'm never doing that bowling alley shit.
No, it's wild. It's totally crazy. Or like rent out a room at the trampoline place and, you know, rent out a room at the skating rink. No, I don't think so.
I'm not about that.
It's not fun.
Sorry, future kids that are not even a twinkle in my eye. When do they become a twinkle? Like, I'm thinking about them, but like,
Well, I think
not actively
at
trying
some
to create.
point you have to look up at the sky and there has to be like a little ding noise.
And then I'm like,
And then you're
fuck,
like-
I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Or you're like, oh, that's going to be my baby. Something like that, for sure.
I was telling Janelle today at work, because I was like, it's kind of crazy, like, planning for children is, I feel like, so much harder than just accidentally getting pregnant.
Being like,
Like,
oops.
I almost wish I could just be like,
Yeah.
because then I don't have to decide.
And you don't
When
have
you're
all the
having to-
pressure.
Yeah, when you're having to think about, like, are we ready for this? No, you're never fucking ready.
Also, when you've decided you're ready, and that was just a little reverse sneeze.
Oh.
When you've decided you're ready, and then you're trying, and then you're taking pregnancy tests, and you aren't pregnant, it's like soul crushing.
Yeah. I know, I'm like, how come?
Whereas if you just go, I think I'm pregnant. I've done both ways.
Yeah, I feel like it's like, because you're never going to decide, yeah, like, we're ready.
Well, and even if you do, I mean, I 100% like decided, planned, etc. Took the test, found out I was pregnant, and then had a moment of sheer panic.
Right.
Oh my God, what have I done?
I can't reverse this.
Yeah, like it's over now. So I think as much as you might think you're ready, you're never really ready. And just the whole like roller coaster emotion that goes around it. Yeah, it is kind of better to just be like, well, we'll see what
This has
happens.
happened. We got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Quit talking about it and just pull the goalie.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
It'll be like, so something happened. You must have
forgotten
forgotten
my pill.
to take those pills, which wouldn't be surprising.
Forget all the time.
Like, he didn't use the 100% technique that works all the time, the pull out.
Oh, I was like, the abstinence?
Definitely don't use that pill.
Yeah. So, Jess, you're still working on your fancy
My crossword puzzles.
crossword puzzles.
You say still working. I like really didn't get anywhere.
Oh, that's depressing. I can help you.
Well, how's the peg board?
Finished.
Oh.
Mostly.
So I do still have to make the actual pegs. I bought a dowel. I was going to buy like a package of already sized dowels, but they don't have like just pre-cut dowels in like 3/8 inch circumference. Diameter? Is that the diameter? It's got to be the diameter. So I bought like a 4-foot long friggin' dowel that I have to cut now and sand and stain into little pieces to make the pegs. But the actual cribbage board table has been painted. What's the right word for?
Assembled?
Well, yes, I did have to reassemble it after I painted it. But there's a good word for it, Jesse. Made it look rustic. Weathered.
Shabby chiced it.
Yeah, I feel like there's an actual verb, but I did that.
Okay.
And then sealed it and everything, so it's like good to go. Except for you need pegs to play.
Right.
So I'm on that. And I was going to work on them tonight, but I don't have the right color stain because all the wood on that is kind of walnutty. And I only had like a pine and like a mahogany.
Ooh, a nice mahogany.
A nice rich mahogany. So, you know. So it's in the works. I also have several other projects that are going on right now, like dyeing some blankets. I think my new curtains just came in, so I have to put up a new curtain rod in my curtains. And I still haven't hung my mantle shelf. So I've got lots
You got a lot going on.
projects. I'm like mid-project right now on lots of things. And then I might, shear my she-shed. It's really funny because when my friend told me that the podcast room was a she-shed, I was like, oh, it is. This room is like full of my stuff. And then I was like, oh, I need to make it way more cozy in here. So like when I want to just come in here and be away from all the boys, I can just like come in, close the door, and have a nice cozy place to read a book or whatever. Sometimes I just want to be alone.
Some good smells, maybe some water trickling.
Oh, I could get a fountain.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Have to pee all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Some spa music.
Spa music, exactly.
Yeah. Crystals.
Crystals? We couldn't have a she-shed without fucking crystals.
Plants.
Oh, I tried to buy and grow plants again recently. My fern is not doing very well. I swear to God, it's like I'm doing great, everything's fine, and then one day I just look at it and it's just like curled up and like I can't anymore. I'm awful with plants. I don't know what they want. Do they want more water? Do they want less water? Do they need more light? Do they need less light? They can't tell me what they want.
Neither can your kids. Yet you.
Yes,
somehow...
they can. I taught my kids sign language when they were months old so they could tell me what they wanted.
Oh.
Well,
Because I was like...
infants, if they're not hungry, they ain't gonna suck.
Well, yeah, but if they are hungry, I don't want to listen to them cry and not know what they need.
Right.
I want them to tell me they want milk. Does that make sense? Is the sign language for milk?
Yeah, I got it.
If they want more food, they have to tell you. If they're all done, they have to tell you. Like, there's jazz hands.
Jazz hands, I'm all done.
I mean, my kids, before they could talk, could tell me if they wanted a bath, if they were tired, if they were hungry.
They poop themselves?
Yep, if they needed their diaper changed. And yeah, like as soon as they can tell you what they need, it's like smooth sailing. I mean, not really, but it's better sailing.
Okay.
So, and I mean, dogs, like, they go scratch at the door, freak out if they need to go pee. I mean, they have a doggy door, but they go whine at their food bowl if they're really hungry. I mean, they kind of tell you what they want. Plants don't tell you nothing until they're shriveling up and dying. And then even then, I'm like, Did you get too much water? Did you not get not enough water? Did you get too much sunlight? Did you not get enough sunlight? It's true.
Stick to weed then. Just grow some
Weed?
marijuana.
Oh, I feel like I would kill marijuana.
Yeah, weed's hard.
Yeah,
You
like
gotta have it under some fancy light in some closed closet doing all this crazy shit. If you're gonna grow it in your house.
oh my god, that just reminded me. One time I went over to my
like
aunt's
chickens.
boyfriend's house when I was like, I don't know, like probably 7, somewhere around there, and like we went in and we're in their house, and or like his house. I think he had a roommate or something, but I like kept asking my aunt like, how come it smelled like that in their house, and what are those plants over there and all this stuff? And she told me they were tomato plants.
Oh,
and I mean, if you think about it, they do kind of both have that similar like skunky smell. Like I don't know how many times you guys like smell the tomato plant, but my grandma used to grow like tons of tomatoes, so I'm used to the smell. But yeah, and for the longest time I was just like, that's so weird. Why is that dude growing tomato plants in his house? But I like didn't question it because the grown up told me, and so that was fine. And then sometime when I was like a teenager, I was like, oh my god, they had weed.
Yeah.
I was like so naive. I was just like, huh? What's going on? Okay.
I have that memory of at my grandma's house, my great grandpa put this knitted thing on the Christmas tree. And I don't even remember if they told me what it was. Like, I didn't know what it was. And like, but for some reason it really like stuck in my head. And then when I was older, I realized it was like a little knitted like penis sock.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
It probably stuck in your head because everyone was laughing about it and stuff.
Right.
And you were just like, what's so
What are we
funny?
laughing about?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I just remember like one day, it's like I woke up and was like, that's what that was.
Yeah. I get it now. Yeah. Well, I do recall thinking like, it's so weird that, I mean, I think these dudes were like, 18, 19, whatever. Like, it's like so strange that these two like kind of half teenage, half grown men were that into gardening. They really like tomatoes.
Right.
I mean, my grandma really liked tomatoes, but she didn't grow them inside in the winter.
Right.
They must really care about these plants.
They're making some marinara. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Oh, goodness.
So good.
But yeah, I feel like just given the like extent of the hydroponics business, like you would have to have a lot of knowledge and equipment and everything to successfully grow weed indoors.
Right.
So grow it outdoors.
I might be able to do that if I can put it on a timer. But I don't think it gets too hot in Chico in the summertime for that.
Probably in the summer, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Even my outdoor plants, like if they're not on a timer, they die, and sometimes even still they die. Like I had that hydrangea bush I planted. I was super excited about, and then Adam
The
ran
one
over
that
it with
I was
the
about to say,
lawnmower,
the one that he ran over it.
and then so I thought it was dead. And then it came back, and I was really excited. And then I put bricks around it, and it was like doing great. And it had a bunch of blooms this year. They were all pink. I didn't like that, but I was like, I'm gonna go get this stuff that like acidifies the soil or whatever the opposite maybe. I don't know.
Acidifies.
To make them turn blue. It's gonna be great. And like I looked out there one day, and the whole bush just shriveled up and died. Like it was black. Like it looks like someone lit it on fire. I don't know.
Maybe Adam wasn't done with it.
I mean, it just had a hard freeze or something, but
How odd.
I was totally in shock. I was like, well, figures. Sounds about right.
Yeah, another one bites the dust.
I mean, it wasn't like pretty bright sun, and they're not super great in that, so it would get like the ends of its like new leaves would get kind of crispy sometimes and stuff, but it wasn't like not surviving until it was dead. I don't even have a shady place to plant a hydrangea. My yard is just
Hydrangeas are hard, I
hot
feel,
sun hot. So my new thing has been, what if I just plant clover?
I mean, I guess that's a thing. It'd be great for March.
It is a thing, and it also is like way more sustainable, uses less water, looks greener.
Doesn't feel as good though.
Don't care. I'm allergic to grass. I don't sit on it.
Oh.
I never go on the grass at all. I have to have a blanket down or something. I break out in hives. Remy does too. He's less worried about it at this point in his life. But, yeah. I'm not jealous of people rolling around in the grass. I like the sand, personally.
That's hot.
Which is why I have changed most of my yard from grass to sand.
I hate the sand.
Oh.
So how are your words going over there?
Great, actually. I just did one that with all the Olympic sports on it.
Ooh.
All of the Olympic sports? Or some?
All of them.
You have a list of all of them?
Yeah, one on the website.
How many are there? It seems like a lot. Do you have a special app for this?
24 different games.
Okay.
Games. They're not games.
They're
know.
games.
Competitions?
Like,
how are you making them into crosswords?
yeah, there's just a website that makes them.
Oh, that's so fancy.
And it just inputs the...
I guess you say, these are the words I want to use, and then it inputs random letters and incorporates the words.
Yep. And it even makes it so that the random letters don't make words, you know? It's smart.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
So here, I'll show you. Like,
But
right
I
here.
figured if you were doing that by hand, that would be like super intense.
No, I would not do that.
Can I just let Brad know that apparently Boontling is a folk language, and Balhornen means it's good drinking in Boontling.
Okay.
I don't know. Boonville, from Boonville, California.
Boom.
Where is the, like, I just can't believe that Boontling is from Boonville, and do only people there speak it?
Spink it?
Speak it?
I've never
That's
heard of it.
Boontling.
Think it?
Are you from Boontling?
So, see here, look. Here's my first crossword puzzle.
Wow.
Oh, look at all those letters.
That was fun.
Totes.
Good times.
How many do you have?
I don't. That's the first one I just made.
Oh, are you doing pages of it, or are you just doing like...
Yeah, she's got to be able to do them on the plane.
How many
That's
hours
intense.
is this plane ride? Did we end up on 16 or something?
It's something like that, yeah.
Damn.
Blake and I figured it out last night. I don't remember what it is.
Oh my God.
Becky.
I mean, that's a lot of hours of flying, but I was oh my godding over. Boontling is a jargon spoken only in Boonville in Northern California. Today it is nearly extinct and fewer than 100 people still speak it. Aw shit, I think we better get on this, you guys.
I don't think we need to get
We can learn a nearly extinct language and keep it alive.
I don't think we need to do that.
Ah, listen to this. Applehead means a young girl, girlfriend, or wife.
Like, is it a whole language or is it just words within English?
It's a folk language. It's like a whole group of words. I mean, they still speak English, but these whole group of words that they've determined mean different things.
Okay.
Oh
That's how I
my
feel about that.
gosh. This is crazy. A backdated Chuck is a person who is ignorant or behind the times. Do you know what's the best about that? Is that it was probably literally named after some dumb shit named Chuck. Because, I mean, when I've lived in small towns, there's been, like, things that are a common phrase, like, turn of phrase among large groups of people that are origins from, like, a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. A ballness is a very attractive woman.
A ballness?
A ballness.
A ballness.
Yeah. Oh, hey, their word for sexual intercourse is bilch.
Oh my! Saw you over to there bilching.
That's real sexy.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
This is amazing.
This is amazing.
Hold on. There's a better one for having sexual intercourse. It's called burlapping.
Burlapping.
And it says, from an incident in which a local couple was discovered making love on a heap of burlap sacks in the back room of a store.
God.
Oh my god, this is my new favorite thing. How do you think you might say angry?
Hangry?
Can kicky.
This
Dude,
is so
I'm-
hillbilly-ish.
I am going to learn this language.
Oh no.
It's so good. So good.
This might be worse than butthole chocolates.
I think it is.
I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just too much. If they tell you you're eating lizards, it's referring to someone or an animal that is unhealthily skinny. It comes from when feral cats eat local lizards in the valley. They get extremely sickly skinny.
Oh gosh.
Oh, next time you see somebody who is like obviously anorexic, you can be like, I think that girl's eating lizards. It's good. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, but then when everyone else looks at you and you're like, well, you know, when the cats they go out into the wilderness, they eat lizards
Nope,
and get
won't
skinny.
explain.
You won't explain? You just
So
leave it at that.
apparently, this Anderson Valley beer is in that region of Boonville, and that's why they've got Boontling on their ball horning since 1987. That means good drinking, Brad.
Yeah.
I like it. You can use that in public. I mean, I'm only at E, you guys.
Oh, dear.
There's so many wonderful, great things. I'm just going to read them all.
Go for it.
Oh, no. I'm going through the H's now. There's a bunch of things that seem like saying high pockety, rich, or having money. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But here's this came right up. Thank you, Wikipedia. Hog rings is when you're referring to a large vagina. That's just sad.
Hog rings.
Like, how often are they saying this?
Well, apparently only 100 people speak it still.
But, like, how did that even become a word that was created?
Because they probably were in a very small, isolated community. So, like, when one person starts saying something, then, like, other people around them start saying it. And it, like, the meaning takes on its thing. It's the same way any of the slang words we have nowadays take on.
But, like, the fact that it was that somebody said hog rings enough that it end up on a list of this is the words of this language.
Yeah.
Well, to be laughing, drunk. Some girl shows her vagina, and someone's like, "Oh my god, look at those hog rings!" And then
Oh, God, this one's
everyone
bad.
just starts laughing. comes.
So to say someone's Lizzie means they're pregnant, you know that started with some poor girl named Lizzie. And they were like, oh, what? You didn't get Lizzie, did you?
You got Lizzie.
So Mason-Dixon. I think we all know about the Mason-Dixon line. But here, apparently, it refers to a division between Boonville and Philo. I'm assuming that's how you say that. In the early days, a feud almost existed between the two communities. Almost. We have a word for when we almost got upset with some other people.
Well,
and specifically them.
I mean, I don't want to throw things out, but we have the Cold War, where we almost went to war, but we didn't.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I feel like there was a lot more
I think it's
at
more intense,
stake
yeah.
with like nukes and shit than be like, I don't like you guys. Here's a good one. Molly Gorman. I want you to guess what you think that is.
Eating food.
Okay.
What is it?
Molly Gorman.
Oh.
Brad's close. Oral contact with female breasts.
Ooh.
I love that it's specifically female breasts, not just breasts.
Molly Gorman?
Yeah. Gorman does sound like gnawing on something. Or like, and Molly was probably the poor
I was about
girl.
to say she's the girl with the big old boobies.
Literally, like, I feel like this is all. Remember when that one thing happened with those one people? Now we call it that. Oh, I like this one. It's a light rain. They call it purlin. That's cute. Just purling out there. I'm going to start talking like that. They call raccoons racks.
Oh, that's better than what I thought that was going to be.
Just R-A-C-K. Rack. Wow. It's just so weird. They literally, all these people just talk to each other for so long. And no one else. That they're weird. Words became a language. I'm sorry, I just was laughing because I got to tease. And Tebow means deaf.
Oh, God.
I don't know why. But hey, speaking of Tebow, I know we discussed briefly how it looked like he was about to make out with the owner of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Mouth on mouth situation. And then what did happen? But
He got himself a hooker.
that gentleman got himself in a hot mess of trouble. What's up with that?
Wait, what happened?
The owner of the Patriots got busted for soliciting a prostitute.
Cool.
But apparently that was like a big thing that there's like tons of people involved or something.
He got like several counts, I believe, and also it wasn't like just a prostitute. It was like a massage parlor situation where it's like a big ring. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I mean, we got one in here in town. I mean,
I'm wondering if they're gonna find any gentlemen's situations in amongst that, because I mean maybe there was a
Little some.
they found a weird Tebow mask in there. It's so weird.
Oh God. Okay, here's a great one. Walter is just what you call a telephone, because Walter Levi was the first person in town to have one.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, this is a good one. Zeus. That just means coffee.
Okay.
Because Zachariah Clifton ZC or Zeese Blevins was a coffee drinker who liked his coffee strong. I don't know, you guys. I think we need to adapt some of these wonderful sayings into our vernacular. Oh, dear Lord. Well, who wants to go visit Boonville?
I would love to.
That sounds like fun.
I would,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm afraid. I'm just afraid.
You're afraid?
It's gonna be like the
Let's see
hills
if
have
there's
eyes.
Let's see if
mixed
there's
with-
a word for that.
Yeah. It's gonna be just a single branch in this whole family tree in this town.
It's just a family stick.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything under A for afraid, so now I'm looking under S for scared. Oh, I don't see anything.
But I am kind of curious to see you go into this town and just start speaking that language, and they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with this girl?" Ma'am, are you retarded or something?
What's
No.
your vagina look like? You
G-
got
but
some
bull rings?
Oh, I got
hog rings?
Or
I got a
hog rings,
mouse
that's right.
ear.
What's that?
Tight
That-
vagina?
Uh-huh. That was on here too.
Okay.
Oh, they call hell old dusties.
Old Dusties?
That's such a nicer, like, more comforting way to think about hell. Old dusties.
Going to Old Dusty's mouse ear. It's the name of a bar.
I feel like, I mean, where does that come up? Like, I'll see you in Old Dusty's. Yeah,
Yes.
get on your side of the Mason-Dixon, you person from Philo. I did see that a teen or like nearly teen was called a tweed there instead of a tween,
Gosh.
which is kind of fun because it sounds a little nerdier.
Yeah.
You're a tweed.
You're a toid.
Quit being such a tweed. I'm definitely gonna use that. I've got a tweed right now. Jackson's tweeting.
Like Twitter painting?
No, like I'm somewhere between like a man-child and a toddler because he's like fine and responsible and says intelligent things 1 second and the next is like literally, this just happened last week, flopping around on my bed like a fish, crying. I'm like, what is happening right now? I literally just stood there and stared at him because I was just like, this action doesn't fit your body size? Like, I've seen you do this, but it was like 10 years ago.
Maybe he's doing a recreation of it.
I was like, oh my God, is this what our next several years are going to be like? Because fun.
Has his voice cracked yet?
Oh, yeah. A couple times, like, in really obvious, like, with the whole family around. Like,
Oh.
and he, like, kind of got all red. I'm like, don't worry, kid. It's fine. My voice cracks every day still.
We used to have a kid who we'd have him do when we played football. We'd have him do like, all right, let's get, kind of pump us up, and he'd be like, all right, say this on 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's just like the weirdest thing. It's like, what the hell? Like the first time we did it, we're like, like that just kind of stopped the mood, and just everyone was cracking up. So from then on, we're like, dude, you're definitely doing that every time now.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's interesting.
I'm concerned. I don't know. I'm imagining that, like, his brain is just processing things that he doesn't know how to deal with, and that's why it's coming out in floppy tuna.
Floppy tuna. Or it could be happy salmon. You don't know.
It wasn't happy. It was not happy.
Wasn't
And it was over literally nothing. Like, him and his brother were arguing about something, which happens about 4,000 times every day.
right.
Mhm.
And, like, Remy was like, fine, I don't want you to play with me anymore. And Jackson just went ballistic. He was like, you don't like me!
Wow.
You know, I mean, it just was like, what? Remy's being so mean to me. I'm like, you were harassing him, and he did exactly what I tell him to do all the time, which was like remove himself from the situation
Right.
instead of having a temper tantrum, because he's got a bad temper. I'm like, okay, and now we're crying. And it's so hard to like try to be understanding and like deal with it and be mature and not just like laugh.
Right.
Because it's like, what the hell is going
Because
on?
he just hasn't learned how to keep control of his
Yeah.
emotions yet.
Well, I mean, little kids do that too. Like, they go through those phases where they are like, they don't know how to like deal with and handle their emotions and like control them in a way. So like, that's what comes out. But it's like fresh shot of hormones and we're starting all over.
Oh,
no. I don't know. It's a bit much. Maybe you'll have some tips for me, Brad, about being a teenage boy. I know that was like 70 years ago, but
Wow.
Yeah, 7 years ago. I was a teen.
you're an old grandpa.
Yes.
Back in my day.
I remember those days. I think it was in 1987 when I believe I was in Boonstown at that point.
Oh, gosh.
You can't even remember the name. He's so old. It's
I am
Boonville.
Boonsville town. It was a town back then.
Boonville. We called it in our folk language.
And you got milk delivered, right?
Exactly. By the racks.
Raccoons would make good little delivery people.
Milk
No, they
delivered?
wouldn't. They'd eat it all.
Wait, you got milk delivered by the Molly's. Molly, what is it?
I
When
don't
you
know.
suck on
Molly-
the women's boob or touch a woman's
Oh,
boob,
that was
Grout.
Molly Gorman.
you get
Molly
milk
Gorman.
delivered from the Molly Gorman.
What about the ball? You could get milk delivered by a ballness, which is like an attractive lady.
Yeah.
I like that because it sounds like you're like an heiress or like a countess. And apparently ball just means good. So you're just like a goddess. Ballness.
It's just a goodness.
A goddess. That's where it came from.
Nailed it. Okay, here's another crossword with all the golf team members' names.
Oh,
Nice.
snap.
Fun.
How fun.
2
These are
down.
great times.
Only like 360 to go.
Like 360.
It's a 15-hour flight, Jesse.
She'll have her own crossword books.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Thanks, Jesse, for the 3 pages of crossword.
These ones are fun.
They are fun.
They
You need
are.
more than 3 pages. I mean, that's going to be, each one is a page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got this little mini book.
That's a really cute little book.
It was on sale for $1.
Nice. That's a bargain.
I know. I wanted it like a skinnier one, but they don't have any.
So you didn't have to make so many.
Well, no, because I'm like, I feel bad giving her something like, here, you also need to pack this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
But, whatever.
Well,
she'll figure it out.
maybe she can shove some of her other crossword books inside it.
So smart, Tab.
Or
Space saving.
keep it as a journal diary.
Photo album. She can
Well, she can keep it
use
later.
it
yeah.
as a photo album for all the pictures you guys take.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys eat broccolini?
I have.
What?
I really like it.
Well, no, I don't know what is it, like broccoli?
It's very similar to broccoli, yes, but
It's
like
long.
kinda-
It's between like an asparagus and a broccoli.
yeah.
It's longer, taller, slender.
Okay.
Hence the eeny.
It's
Like the
delicious.
smaller version of
Where would you get this?
It's like a
the
store.
store.
Jesus Christ. Really? They don't just grow out in the middle of the street?
Well, I'm sure you
I
could
mean,
grow
they
your
grow
own
probably all over the
also
place.
as well.
I mean,
Okay,
You
let's
wanna
be
go
more
try one?
specific. Is there a specific store?
pick a
A
store.
grocery store.
Any store.
So I can. It's not like
Grocery
only
store.
Trader Joe's has it. You have to
No.
go to Trader Joe's.
It probably has a season. I'm sure you can't find it all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
You can find broccoli all the time.
That's true. So maybe you can find it all the time.
I mean, I think if you went to Safeway and said, "Point me in the direction of the broccolatini," they would.
broccolini. It's not.
I was about to
It's
say
not
it
a
sounded like a
drink.
drink.
I was being French or something. I want him to literally say it like that
Yeah,
in
go-
the store.
Do you have a broccolatini? They're like, excuse me,
No,
sir?
with an accent.
Broccolatini.
Oh my gosh! Next week, can we make broccolinis?
Oh, yes, let's do it. Except, I don't think next week because you're going to be
I was
gone.
about to say, I
Please
don't.
not
But the next
week.
Yeah.
one.
The next time we meet together, if we don't drink any broccolinis, I'm gonna be angry.
Broccolatini?
Now I'm just picturing us just with martini glasses with martini drinks, but there's broccoli in it.
No,
That's-
not
yeah,
in
that's
it.
the
You shove it
garnish.
on the side. Like
Oh,
on
that-
the... Yeah,
But
come
you
on.
gotta kind of make it taste like a broccoli.
A little bit.
Boil
I could
it in
just...
there and filter
Yeah, I could boil broccoli. Let the broccoli water cool.
so gross.
it. And we're gonna drink it.
We'll salt the rim.
Alright,
We'll salt and pepper the rim.
Garlic salt the rim.
Ooh. Loving it. I think our best bet's probably just straight vodka.
I might need it.
More like a meal.
But anyways, we had broccolini for dinner, which I really like. But like, my breath smells.
Oh.
Like I keep burping, and I'm like, oh,
Really? Does
Smell like-
normal broccoli usually do that to you?
I don't eat a lot of normal broccoli. I feel like I'm eating a tree.
Oh, I love normal broccoli, and I
love
don't feel like my breath smells.
I don't. I guess I don't either. I had broccoli last night, and I didn't feel like this all night.
Was it the preparation?
I don't know. Blake did it.
Like maybe he put a bunch of garlic on it.
Oh, he did put garlic salt on it.
So maybe that has something
Maybe
to do
that's
with
what
it.
yeah, and he put a lot of garlic salt. He said he wasn't paying attention and dropped the thing inside of the bag.
Oh.
So yeah, he like had me try it, and I was like, salty but delicious. Thanks, babe. You can't say much when he makes dinner, you know. It's
Right.
Like, I think it's great.
Oh, I'm like, these noodles are overcooked.
I give him a lot of shit all the time. He gets so mad at me. He'll be like loading the dishwasher, and I'm
I
like
prefer
behind him,
al
like, taking
dente.
stuff out, you know, like rearranging.
Yeah.
And then he gets, are you just gonna just do it? If you're just gonna sit here and redo everything that I do, I'm like, well, you can't put lids just stacked on each other. They're not gonna get washed in between. You gotta make sure they're separated in the thing.
Yes,
You know?
that's very true. Maybe you guys should just have a class. Just say, Blake, is there something that you feel like you could teach me a better way to do? Like mow the lawn or,
I want to mow.
you know, etc. And then you can say, and I will show you a...
Except for I teach him all the time,
More-
and he cannot remember.
Yeah. That's why I have to look in every single drawer for my garlic press every time I go to use it.
Like, I'm like, we got new pots and pans, and they say not dishwasher safe, like, very clearly on the bottom. They're always in the dishwasher.
Yes.
And then we have a pan that is dishwasher safe. And he'll, like, hand wash that all the time and be like, man, this one's, like, so big and heavy. Like, that one you can put in the dishwasher. You said I couldn't put the pans in the dishwasher. No, I said you couldn't put the new ones in. This one is fine. Oh, my gosh. And then, like...
Also, sometimes it helps to have generalizations because it's too complicated.
I know. Well, and then, so, like, on the new pans, I saw him once using scissors to, like, cut, like chicken in half to see if it was done right, and like the scissors were like touching the bottom, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna like ruin the pans, like scraping the
assuming
bottom.
they're Teflon.
No,
Oh,
one of them is, and that one I also told him. Well, so this is the rest of the story, because I'm just like, just be careful because you're gonna scratch the bottom.
Yeah.
Then they're just not as good. And then he's using it on our older one. And I'm like, dude, you're using the scissors. And he's like, yeah, you told me not to use them on the new one. I'm like, no, I told you not to use them on any of them.
Scratching scissors around in the bottom of the pants. I've given up on all of that.
well,
Like half of what we're eating is Teflon at this point.
I mean, why don't you give him his own set of, man stuff that
Have
he
you
can
seen my kitchen, Brad?
I have.
It's a closet.
Yeah. Build up.
Some people have walk-in closets bigger than my kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, I know. It's hard to complain about somebody doing something.
I know, and that's why he gets so mad at me.
Except that, I mean, if I did it, I would do it better.
Maybe, how do you know he's not doing it on purpose?
So that you'll take over.
You'll take over and have to do it.
I think that might be happening with our dishes right now, which I'm about to say, no probs. I'll do the dishes. You do all the laundry, because that shit's out of control.
I thought the kids had to do the laundry.
No, I mean, they're helping doing chores.
Just wait. Just give it a year or two. Jackson's going to be wanting to do his own damn laundry.
Yeah, I don't really care, but regardless, I want them. Jesse's so disturbed right now.
He better do his own damn laundry. Nobody want to touch those towels or socks.
Yeah, I don't think I care.
Just tell him, ball it up, make sure it's dry by the time I get it.
Yeah, you're gonna separate that from some other things.
I dropped your towel. It shattered.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like parents who are super uptight about that stuff end up just like alienating their kids.
Yeah.
So I just
I don't want to be uptight about it. I just maybe don't want to feel it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be fine. If he comes out and says, Mom, I'm gonna do my own laundry, I'm gonna say, cool. And leave it at that.
Speaking of masturbation, you liked Pen 15?
Oh, yeah, that particular episode, I was
weird.
like, can we? I understand, and this is part of the story, and
It was
we're
literally like
moving
15
things
minutes of watching her masturbate.
But can we not have like a 4-minute section of just that? Like
Yeah.
that was awkward. I was a little over that, but I think I watched 4 or 5 episodes of it so far, and
I finished it last night.
it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. It's just so awkward.
Yeah, but it totally. I'm like, oh yeah, I completely remember all this nonsense, like the passing notes, and then the one kid writes in the teeny tiny handwriting.
I'm a little frustrated that the notes that they pass aren't folded up in those
And
really.
fancy, great ways, because yeah, we
That was
used
the
to.
only note I
And
passed.
they like tucked
Well,
into the little
yeah,
corner.
and it said like pull here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't always do those. I mean, if I like wrote a novel, which I often did, like
Oh, we would write some stuff.
that would be like the thing is if your friend wrote you a 3-page note, you had to like write a 3-page note back. Because otherwise it'd be like, how come you only give me a 1-page note back?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just like kept getting like amped up. And so it's pretty soon it's like, it's so many pages, I can't fucking fold it.
It's 7 pages, front and back.
Blake convinced
Exactly.
me to get rid of a lot of that stuff, and I'm kind of upset I did. Because I had like literally a box full of like just notes from all my friends, and like I'd go through them I wouldn't look at them all the time, but like every once in a while I'd be organized and be like, oh my god, look at all these notes. And it's like, oh, Jesse, like I saw Lars looking at you today, like blah blah blah. And then there's like a picture, because me and my friend Courtney, we liked these 2 boys that were like best friends, so we always but like they didn't know it.
Yeah.
You know? And we just always would like talk about what our life was going to be like in the future, and we'd like draw pictures of
friends.
Yeah, we all lived together. We'd like draw this house, and like we knew what color it was going to be, and it had a white picket fence, and we had these 2 little dogs. They were named, and then like we're in the house like waving, you know, like Lars and Julian are like there.
Dude, did these boys ever get wind of this?
Oh, Lars knew I liked him for sure. Yeah.
But
Julian definitely knew Courtney liked him too.
But the house and the...
Oh, I doubt it.
Oh, my God.
To the level of crazy it was being taken.
Lars, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. It's creepy.
Because, I feel like that is some, like, next level shit.
Yeah, like, our notes were always about, like, oh, like, you know, I can't wait. Like, someday Julian's going to cook me, like, breakfast in his boxers. Like, oh, my, it was detailed as fuck.
I would have been so terrified that someone got a hold of that. I mean, didn't that ever happen to you?
No.
Oh, God. Yeah, I guess I just must have been friends with a bunch of catty bitches, because there was definitely like, oh, so-and-so showed so-and-so your note, and now, no.
No,
like,
Courtney didn't do that kind of stuff. There was no sharing the notes. But one day, Lars's mom came to school to bring Lars some lunch or something. It was like, well,
how embarrassing.
Well, he had the nicest mom. She was so sweet. And so, like, Courtney and I were over there talking to her. And, like, Lars had left, right? Because he was going to be caught talking to his mom for, like, a while at the fence. And so we're, like, talking to her, blah, blah, blah. And Courtney goes, so, did you know Jessie has a crush on Lars? And I'm like...
She just blew you up, right? Excuse me?
I'm surprised you didn't be like, hey, mother-in-law.
Oh, my gosh.
How funny.
I did have a friend in junior high that my mama loved. His name was Chris. And she'd always, like, wanted us to be together because he was, like, this little, you know, good boy. And, like, he got along really well with my mom.
He was a good boy. Mm-hmm. Is he super gay?
No.
No.
Well,
because the moms always pick those. It's always like, he's such a sweet boy and he loves to cook with me. I'm like, yeah, I know, Mom.
No, he's straight. But so, like, for years, like, whenever he'd come out, my mom would be, oh, how's my son-in-law? Or, like, how's my future son-in-law? Oh, my gosh. And I was kind of buzzed at the reunion. And, like, so Chris is there with his wife. They just had a baby, like, a month prior. And I'm like... looked at his, because I don't know his wife. I looked at her, I'm like, I hope you don't think this is weird. But I'm like, Chris, my mom called you her future son-in-law like forever. She probably would still refer to you as that. She has a son-in-law now. I'm like, and don't get me wrong, she loves Blake, but like that was just who you were.
Yeah.
Like for years. Like... And his wife was like, no, it's not weird. He's so sweet.
Okay.
And then she was like, don't talk to that bitch anymore.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, oh, look, we have to go over there for no reason at all.
Because she's all super self-conscious because they just had a baby and she doesn't feel good about herself. And she's like, oh my God, why is she saying that to you?
Why don't you just go with her? You just want to be with her, don't you?
I was like, just...
Your life would probably be better.
I was like at that stage where I was just buzzed enough that I was saying things I would never normally say, but like not drunk enough that I didn't remember, so it didn't bother me the next day.
Right.
You know? So like I remembered all the weird things I said to people. I'm like, God damn it.
They're all like, that Jessie got real weird.
Day after reunion, never invite her again.
I play in the damn thing.
We're not going there.
We're not, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's hilarious. Well, we better get back to your crossword puzzles.
Yep.
And all the good stuff. I'm going to go use a scary large saw on a tiny wooden dowel.
Good luck.
I'm going to go use the toilet.
Scurry. I'm real disappointed there's no word for scared in Boonville. I mean, Boontling.
There's no word for scared?
Well,
there was no word on that list.
There was no word for afraid or scared.
Well, it looks like we have to go there and make one up.
I know.
Let's make one up.
What do y'all
now.
say when you're scared? Scared. No, it has to be something totally bizarre.
Well, no, you just take two regular words and put them together, but
No.
someone's name's in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it has to be like...
I'm Tabacan. I'm scared. Tabitha in a can. Tabacan.
Why is Tabitha in a can?
You'd be scared if you were in a can, wouldn't you?
You canned me? He's
But
like,
it's
This
not.
beer kind of got me buzzing.
It's not far off, huh? Right? Am I right?
I
It would be part of the
guess,
word.
I guess. Yeah, I was thinking, what like makes you afraid?
Spiders and heights.
Spites.
Mm.
Yeah, SPIGHT.
Go.
Spite.
Real quick, speaking of fears, I don't understand why public speaking is like a bigger fear to people than like
Then death.
snakes or spiders. I would much rather give a speech than like have a spider crawling on me.
I
Is
feel.
that just me, or do other people really?
No, okay. You are an outgoing person. Like maybe you're not like, hey, I want to be friends with every single person I meet, but you're outgoing as far as like, you don't have a problem stating your opinion. You don't have a problem
Playing with others.
being in the spotlight, like that kind of thing. So I think that is you.
There literally are people that would rather have spiders crawling on them than just
Well, I mean,
give a speech.
There's that whole Seinfeld bit about how like so many percentage of people are afraid of public speaking and so many percentage of people's biggest fear is death. And so like you'd rather be in the coffin than be giving the eulogy. Because statistically that's what people say. Yeah. I understand what you're saying because I feel completely neutral about giving a public speech and
it's not
also
like I
having a
love
spider
it.
on me. I don't care about either, but
You're just a freak.
but yeah, I'm never like freaked out by like, oh, I have to go talk in front of all these people. And was probably a time in my life where it was when I was younger, but for some people that is like a non-starter. Like they're just like, nope.
If I gotta be up there talking about something I don't know anything about, like
I'll still bullshit my way through it.
I have a harder time with that. Like today we had people at work and I was like, oh, let me go get my basket back.
Oh yeah, no. Fake it till you make it.
All right, bitches.
Drink up.
You have craft to do.
And goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.